You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
Have you ever heard of a group of people who set up their own courts, call themselves sheriffs, and claim the government isn't legitimate? Well, that's exactly what's happening in parts of Australia right now. In a quiet Perth neighborhood, you might spot people wearing matching purple polo shirts and lanyards. They identify themselves as common law sheriffs, or guardians of the law. They carry clipboards and documents, and their mission is to enforce orders issued by their own court, a court that has no legal authority under Australian law. This court is run by the Sovereign People's Assembly of Western Australia, or SPAWA, and its members believe it holds higher authority than traditional courts, because it is run by ordinary community members rather than judges or lawyers. According to SPAWA, their grand jury has convicted former prime ministers, sentenced premiers, and even held trials about child protection cases. Of course, none of these decisions carry legal weight, but they are taken very seriously within the group. When sheriffs serve orders to government offices or private individuals, it is treated as a victory, even if authorities later dismiss the documents as legally meaningless. The ideology driving SPAWA and similar groups is often referred to as the sovereign citizen movement. Members believe that governments are illegitimate, and that people should live under a natural, God-given law. Using what's called pseudo-law, a collection of legal-sounding ideas that have no basis in real law, they target institutions they consider oppressive, from councils to state departments. They see themselves as peaceful enforcers of a higher law, though courts have called their ideology extremely dangerous and warned that it can lead to real-world harm. During the COVID-19 pandemic, these groups grew in number and influence. They rejected mandates, refused to pay taxes or register vehicles, and rallied together in what some have described as a quasi-civil war against government authority. In 2022, for example, SPAWA conducted its own jury trial against former Prime Minister Scott Morrison and other leaders, sentencing them to decades in prison. The act was symbolic. The sheriffs know the police won't recognize their rulings, but it underscores how seriously these groups take their mission. The movement's influence isn't limited to symbolic court cases. Members are active at local government levels, bombarding councils with petitions, questions, and protests. In some cases, councils have spent thousands of dollars responding to repeated inquiries, while controversial motions, like those questioning COVID-19 vaccines, have even been voted on at meetings. Across Australia, the activity of these groups has prompted experts and judges to warn about the risks of selective law obedience and escalating tensions. While members insist they are peaceful and just exercising their rights, the authorities see a growing challenge. Law professors, magistrates, and legal experts warn that what begins as civil disobedience could turn into violence, citing international incidents where similar movements have led to armed confrontations. In the end, the rise of sovereign citizens in Australia is not just about eccentric legal ideas. It's a social phenomenon testing the boundaries of law, authority, and public trust. Stay subscribed for more videos.